Migos recently opened up about losing hope in love after her breakup with rapper Wiz Khalifa. Has heartbreak ever made you lose faith in finding love again? Let's go to you first, Al.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Like for me, it's just like I don't like failing at anything, number one. And I definitely don't like failing at being in love. Like that is a huge blow for me, both to my ego and to my heart. So yeah, and then that's probably why I haven't dated seriously since my divorce, to be perfectly honest, because I don't want to have to learn a person all over again. I don't want to have to like Amber said on the Tamron show. I don't want to have to like ask, how was your day? I don't want to ask like, how are you feeling? What do you want to eat? All of that takes a lot of mental toll and emotional toll on me. So I can get it. I had the opportunity to spend time with Amber and Wiz this past Halloween at Wiz's house. And one thing I can say about them is I see why she's heartbroken over Wiz Khalifa. The dude is just so fun. He's so engaging. He's a great dad. They do an awesome job of co-parenting their son together. And he also helps with her new kids. It's just like a fairy tale. If I was her, like honestly, if I was her, I would feel some kind of way too, because I would actually feel like this is a good one that I let get away.
Were you very heartbroken when you got divorced? Were you like, okay, we're at peace with it? Were you crushed?
So I was at peace. I was at peace because I had done all I could do. Mm-hmm. But like I said, the ego part, like I'm the youngest of 6 in my family. All my brothers and sisters have been married 30 plus years. So they've had very successful marriages. If you look at it in terms of still being together, my parents were together for 40 plus years. So that was my measuring stick. Could I make it to that? Hell no. But it still didn't stop me from being hurt that I didn't have the capacity or the ability to stay in it that long.
All right. Well, Carolina, you're the one here that's married. So did you ever, before you got to where you are, were you ever like, I give up?
No, I mean, I think during my bridal shower, I remember distinctly my aunts and my grandmother emphasizing that love isn't going to make your marriage last. Like it is a commitment. You have to work at it. And in the beginning, I was like, hell no, like we love each other. Everything's great. But I'm going to say during this season of our life, especially with everything that I shared earlier this week, it ain't easy. It ain't for the faint of heart. And like Al, like I definitely don't want to fail at this. And I feel like heartbreak just emphasizes all of it as well. Right. And I'm in the season of like working right now. Like, yes, I love him and I adore him and we fill each other's cups. But right now we're in a place where we're having very hard conversations and I'm forcing it on him because like either we're going to see this all the way through, burn the house down and figure it out, or, otherwise what we're doing, right?
Like being transparent enough to share that with us here.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless romantic, and I think this is why I keep getting burnt, but it's also why I keep trying love. Like I will be devastated for a while. I just took a recent, almost a year off of having my feelings in anybody, but then I get over it and then I just jump right back in like I was never hurt before, which is good and bad. It's good because I'm still optimistic, but then I definitely still can easily get devastated again. But it doesn't, for some reason, maybe because I'm stubborn or stupid, but it doesn't make me give up. It makes me, I still have that, like, it could still be, I still a fairy tale.
You've been married, Claudia. You've been married, right, Claudia? You've been married before.
I was married for less than a year. I filed for an annulment because it wasn't what I thought. He still was involved with someone. So like I was able to cite fraud as a reason. And it was very nasty. We went from like talking on the phone till 4 a.m, where he kept telling me I'm his soulmate, to not even being friends or even being cordial now. And it's like kind of like, this hatred. Well,
right, but that's how it goes. I hate to say it. I can relate to that. Even though yours was in such a short span, there was a point that you were in love. You were in love so much that you wanted to get married. And then it just turned. It took a turn. Like, that's kind of how it is in a marriage. Like, sometimes it takes a turn. One thing I have learned, and Caroline, I don't know if I can give you any advice, but I can give the advice that my older brothers and sisters gave me. If you're really committed to the guy and you really love him, just understand that the turns are going to happen. You're going to be mad. You're going to think it's going to end. Like, if you really love the person, just push through. Just push through, because there's going to be another day that's not going to be like like that. And then after a couple of years or a couple of months, it may go back to that, but you just keep pushing through, you know? So I don't know if that helps at all. I mean, just don't.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's why it's so important to how you argue with someone. That's a question I asked early on. How are you when you're mad? It's easy to be sweet and handle each other with care when things are good, but how are you at your worst?
Yeah.
How are you? Do y'all walk away and take a beat, or do you guys confront it?
I'm probably like, Claudia, I'm gonna argue you down until
We all figure this out tonight, and no one's going to sleep until it's over. I'm not going to bed mad.
You go, we're gonna talk this through until the sun comes up. No, but I've learned that you have to give that up too, like,
Yeah.
and
All right.
to make peace. But anyway, I guess we got to move on.